This is the first episode. Welcome to the first episode of Caffeinated Convos. I know the name's really cringy. I came up with it on the spot and was like, yes, this is it now. I'm probably going to regret it in like a year's time, but it's going to stick. It's going to stick. I'm not going to change it. That's its name now. Ironically, I thought of that because I've got a cup of coffee here with me today. And so yes, this is the first episode of my little podcasty video showy thing. I mean, to be fair, it's literally just a YouTube video of me talking about stuff. But I don't like the sound of that. That doesn't sound as entertaining as podcasty little video show thing. And gestures included. So yes, that's what it is. Caffeinated Convos is what it's called. This is the first episode. Hello. So today is the 8th of January 2021, and is it going to be a surprise that I'm going to be talking about the new year? First of all, I want to say happy holidays to everyone. I hope you all had a great holiday. Considering the situations and the fact that 2020 was a literal dumpster fire, I just hope it was at least decent, for all of you. I would have said that in my last video, my little introduction thing, like to be all nice and like, hey, happy holidays. But I actually filmed that video before even Christmas because I am a huge procrastinator. I procrastinate everything whenever I can, whether it's an important thing or like even just like a really small thing. So I was kind of like, if I definitely want to start doing more videos this year, gotta get on it now. Gotta like have everything done before it's even like I even decide to post it. Just boom, This is also another new thing. Which is probably also a pointer of time passing from the last video to now. The whole thing was supposed to be this colour, but I got naturally ginger roots and this part was still bleached, but this part wasn't, and I didn't have any bleach, so I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love it, but this is just how it is now. So 2021, like I said, it's the 8th today when I'm filming and uploading this. So how has it been so far? Well, the UK's back in another lockdown. My first week back at school, which isn't really school now because of lockdown. I had to do exams, 3, one of which fell on the day of my aunt's funeral. So, things are great. Things are amazing. Hint, the hint is that I'm being sarcastic. Yeah. Okay. Thankfully, though, my teacher was actually really nice about it when I broke down 10 minutes before the exam and was like, yeah, I can't do this because I got everything, like the funeral on my mind and all that. So he was like, oh no, it's fine. Let me do it the day after. So, instead of doing 3 days of 3-hour-long exams, I did one day, 6 hours straight of 2 exams, and then the final 3 hours on the last day. But hey, I'm done now, and that's actually why I dyed my hair as well, because by the time I finished it all yesterday, I literally finished it yesterday, the last one, I was just like, you know what, no, I need to do something impulsive and just need to celebrate the fact that I actually did it. So I did this. Well, I didn't do it. I kind of did it. My stepdad did it for me, but I did like some of the stuff as well to help. So yeah, that was nice of him, even though I technically pestered him too. So yeah, my 2021 hasn't been great, and according to the world, neither with everyone else's. Like I said, England, the UK is back in another lockdown. I also saw a lot about the national terrorist attacks that happened yesterday, and yes, that is what I'm going to call the protesting for the capital. That's what I'm going to call it, okay, because that is what they were, okay? End of story. I mean, whether you support Trump or not, you have to understand that, trying to break into, that's a terrorist attack. Whether you're part of America or from a different country, it's still an act of terrorism. Whether you think you're doing it for good or not, that's still an act of terrorism. So yeah, that happened. And I honestly feel so bad for America for the situation that they're in. But I watched the news today, and apparently Trump's finally given in to defeat, which I'm not even American, but if that is true, what I did hear on the news, which, I mean, it's the news, I hope it's true. I was so happy to hear that for all of you Americans out there, because, I'm not going to say Boris Johnson's a terrible, I was going to say president, but we don't have presidents. Prime Minister. I'm not going to say he's a terrible Prime Minister, but I would say that he's like the British equivalent, I guess, to Trump. I don't know. I'm not like very, how do I word it? I am into politics, obviously, because I want everything to just not be a mess. Just in, like, not even just for 2021, just in general. Just want the world to be a great place where nothing's a mess and nothing goes wrong, you know? But I can't say I have the smarts about it. Like, obviously, I know, like, basic knowledge on it. I do definitely want to try and look into stuff like that more often, to try and understand it more, but it's, I don't know, maybe I'm just really dumb, but it's confusing. I just find certain things very easy to take in information-wise, and other things are really difficult. For example, psychology. That is one of the subjects I'm doing. Unfortunately, yes, I said unfortunately, my A-level for that has been cancelled until further notice. And I'm actually really, I don't want to like showboat or anything, but I am really good at it. I would have found it really easy. Excuse my dog. He barks at literally everything that walks past our house. Sometimes there's literally nothing outside our house and he barks. Yeah, but as an example as to what I was saying, psychology, I'm really good at taking in information and just, you know, being able to regurgitate said information. When it comes to, I don't know, other things like politics, there's only so much I can try and take in, and just my brain's just not soaking it up, and I just want to remember them, like the information, but I can't. Excuse, I don't want to flip you off. Excuse this as well. I got really bored and drew it before filming, because I like to sometimes just draw possible future tattoo ideas on me to see how they look. I know it's pretty basic, but maybe, I mean, it would hurt like hell, but maybe. I'm sorry, I'm derailing the conversation here. Kind of. Like, it's all a part of 2021 and what's the year gonna be like, but I have a thing for derailing. I would say, tell me if I derail and I'll get back on topic, but this is pre-recorded, so I don't think you can. So unfortunately. So 2021, like I said, so far just with the 8 days that have happened, I mean, it could be worse. Not that I want to jinx it, you know, touch wood, that things don't get worse, because, oh my god, I don't even want to imagine. I know there are so many zombie apocalypse jokes out there that have started since last year, but if an actual zombie apocalypse happens, I know I say that I'm prepared, but I don't think I would really be prepared at all. Do I have any New Year's resolutions this year? That's a thought that just popped into my mind. See, as a kid I always felt like almost pressured into being like, yeah, you need to have a New Year's resolution, what is it? And I'd just kind of be like, I don't know, and then like I'd force one on myself and it wouldn't even last a day. But, oh wait, actually, I think I wrote them down. This is my 2021 journal that I have for the year. I do journaling, yes. Thanks to my friend. She's very into it as well, and she got me into it like 3 years ago, in 2019. I got my other ones kind of sitting in my bookshelf, like as little memory things that I can look back on. This is this year's one, and I believe if I look through, yeah, I have written down my list of resolutions because now I believe if I don't feel pressured into doing it and I like have realistic thoughts about everything, you know, just write down a small list. I say as I look at this list, that's not really that small. But if I write down a small list, things can work out. So, you know, I would recommend that. Don't feel pressured into doing resolutions, just do them if you feel like it. And just because it's a new year, don't think that you have to, you know, have new goals. You know, you can still have the same goals that you had last year. I'm pretty sure I put half of the ones I wrote from last year that I didn't do back in here, so. Yeah, invest in education. That's a big thing. Gonna kind of be difficult to do this year, considering, again, another lockdown. But I do aspire to go to uni to study psychology. So I'm gonna have to be working like crazy hard to do that, especially become more organised. Yes, that's definitely gonna be needed. You can't see right now because of the angle that I'm filming this at, but my whole desk right here is, yeah. The irony of that as well is that I literally cleaned it 2 days ago, so yeah, I don't know where all this mess came from. It just kind of appeared. So be more organised, you know. Again, I'm sorry. Write more. Yes, I wanted to talk about this actually. Okay, so obviously, like I said, psychology is my passion, but I also have another one, which is writing. I love to write, and I kind of do write. See, I wouldn't consider it like being a writer or writing if nobody ever actually reads your stuff, but I do write, and I have lots of ideas. Yeah. It's pretty much that, you know. I'm one of those people, and please don't be annoyed by that, but I'm one of those people that has so many ideas, and it's like, I would tell you about them and you're like, oh, that sounds amazing, you've got to do it, and I don't. Not because I don't want to, but because I have, and then I've read through it and I'm like, oh no, that's no, and then just delete the whole thing and just try to forget about it, but everyone expects me to still like continue said project. But this year I'm gonna try and actually finish writing something. I've got a particular series that I'm working on. Yes, series. It is a 6-book series. I planned it to be 6 books, which is gonna be forever. But yeah, it is something I've worked on since I was, I believe, 12? Maybe even a little bit younger. Obviously, it's changed a lot over the years from its original concept to now, and things are constantly being added and taken out and just mixed and mashed around because I was 12 and under, and I'm sorry, no matter how talented you are at something, you can always improve on it. That's the best way I can put it. Like, I wrote back then as well, but I often look back at all the things I wrote that are like hiding away somewhere, and I just want to kind of crawl up in a little hole and just cringe at how terrible it is. So yes, sorry for saying a lot as well, and I just dropped a pen. Like I said, I need to be more organised. Everything is everywhere, and it's the first episode, so obviously, you know, we're dipping our toes in, seeing what's doing well, what isn't really doing well. Obviously, with this series, I do oh my god, that sounds so forced, but like, I do plan to not only talk more about things that I find interesting throughout the year, but like, obviously, if other people as well want me to talk about certain things and they want to hear my views on certain things, you can all gladly like comment suggestions below, and like, I will even like, if I don't know a like specific topic, I'll even like actually research and look into it so that I can talk about it with you guys, because I just like the idea of being able to do that and talk to people through a camera. I guess that helps. I guess it's some sort of therapy in some way. I'm doing self-therapy technically with this little thing, because if we all think about it, yeah. See, I'm a very anxious person and I struggle talking to people in real life. I also struggle with things like looking people in the eyes, you know, being able to keep up a conversation because I barely talk to people. a lot of problems. But by doing this here, I'm able to talk to people without actually having to look at people's faces and like be worried about that, you know, and like have the anxiety kick in, because the only thing I'm looking at right now is myself. So if I want to cringe at anything or feel anxious about anything, it will be myself, which still is terrifying, but isn't as bad as, you know, having to look someone else in the eyes while talking. I'm sorry, I'm derailing again. The rest of the resolutions are pretty basic, you know, read more, make more videos, which obviously I have mentioned I plan doing. You know, self-care, make time for family and friends. Family, I can do. Friends, that's going to be a little difficult, but we'll make it work. Be more confident, which is something I really need to work on. Like I said, I do have a lot of anxiety. I actually am diagnosed with social anxiety disorder and half diagnosed with depression, like kind of, but not really. The woman kind of looked at me and was like, you have social anxiety disorder, and considering depression usually comes in hand with anxiety disorders, we can assume you have that too. And I was kind of there like, okay, but like, is that a diagnosis? And they never really elaborated on it. It was kind of just, we can assume. So I kind of am a little about that one, but the anxiety fully was diagnosed with. And during lockdown last year, I kind of did like on-call therapy, which was kind of helpful. It did teach me a lot, but I do feel like, you know, considering the circumstances, if I was able to actually go and see the people and do those things that I learned in person, I feel like it would have been much more beneficial. But it did still help, and you know, I am not doing it now. I am still though on my antidepressants, and I am still, you know, practicing all the resources that I learned, and I'm just trying to get better at being more confident and less anxious, and just working on all of that. I definitely would recommend maybe just, if therapy doesn't work for you, I would recommend at least, like, if actually talking to someone in therapy doesn't work for you, I would recommend like actually just trying to look up different types of therapy techniques, because they're very easy to look up and like get up and, you know, try them out. Obviously with medication as well, I know that's the thing. I'm not going to go and push that on all of you and be like, yes, take meds, because no, it doesn't work for everyone like that. And even then, pushing someone to do medication ain't really like a good thing to do. But it does help me a little. It took a while, you know, it took a little while where it worked, and then it did the complete opposite of what it was supposed to do, and some like really bad things happened. But then we kind of sorted all that out, and it works again now. So. And I can have coffee with it, because I know that some medication is really like iffy about certain things. I can't drink, which sucks, you know. I literally turned 18 and then they were like, yeah, you can't drink now, and I was just like, no. So I can't drink, but I can have caffeine. I can still do pretty much everything else. That's great. And well, yeah, what do I plan elsewhere for 2021? I'm not really sure, if I'm being honest. I think the main concentrations will be like doing these videos for you guys, concentrating on my education so that I can hopefully get into uni, like a good one. Obviously following COVID regulations so I don't die, and like writing more as well. I nearly forgot about that one. Writing more as well, so that I can hopefully actually finish writing something. So yes, this is kind of, I'm not really sure how to end this, which I know sounds terrible because you'd think I'd plan ahead, and I kind of did. I planned around like what I was going to talk about, but when it comes to the ending, I'm not great with ending things. So thank you for watching through the first episode of Caffeinated Convos. If you did finish watching all of this, I cannot wait to talk to you all again or see you all again. If Again, if any of you have any suggestions of what you might want me to talk about or do a video on, or literally anything, comment down below and I will read through them. I'll read through all my comments. Like and subscribe as well if you want to, and follow me on my socials, which is in the description below. So bye!